What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today, you guys, with this is going to be a mixture of let's get into the blogs and they cutting the food, you guys. So this is going to be for the week of May the 4th through May 11th through May the 4th through May the 10th, but you're getting this on May 12th. But you guys, this week was a riot. But before we go ahead and get into everything, you guys, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, and sharing the video. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into all these topics, shall we? All right, you guys. So this week was something else. It was like, wow. But the one thing that I can say about this week was it was full of a lot of beefs. And the one thing I can say is people have been making bank off of, all the beefs because it's been a lot of beefs lately. You have Kendrick and Drake. Then you had Suki and JT going at each other. You have the one-sided beef of Monique with Oprah and Tyler Perry. Let's start right there, you guys. We're gonna start right there with that one. Monique. You guys know I've said it before. I like Monique on this channel. I've enjoyed Monique over the years, but the Monique of today is just a Monique that I would not necessarily 100% like because she's annoying. So the way that I feel about Amanda, it's like the way that I feel about Amanda Seals is kind of the way, it's exactly the same way I feel about Monique, right? They are two polarizing people when it comes to Monique and when it comes to Amanda Seals. They're excuse me, it's a gray area when it comes in between them. Like either you like them or you don't like them. So you guys know Monique is out on tour right now with Cat Williams, right? And the thing with that is, I'm happy for her. I'm applauding Monique. Get your money, sister. Like you getting to work. Like people are putting you in things. You were on last season. You were on last season of BMF. You were in that movie that lead directed that great. You are on tour with Cat Williams. So your bag has not been stopped at this point. Yes, we know what happened years ago with Lee Daniels, Oprah, and Tyler Perry, right? But the problem that I have with Monique is the fact that Monique is constantly stuck in the past. What that happened 13, 14 years ago, and you've gotten one apology. You've gotten the apology from Lee Daniels, right? I would think that that would suffice for her, but it doesn't because she's out on this tour and she's talking about, what's her name? She's talking about Oprah and Tyler, right? You guys know she said they can suck her dick, lick her mouth, all that kind of stuff, right? Now the newest thing was she talked about the fact that Gail and Oprah are, scissor sisters and all that kind of stuff, and it's like, mama. I want you to go get some healing, right? Because you continuously talk about them, they've never acknowledged you. They're never going to acknowledge you, and I want Monique to be okay with that, and I want her to be able to say, you know what? The more I talk about them, it's not going to get me anything. They're not going to acknowledge me. They're not going to come out and say that they were wrong because that's going to tarnish their brands. And I just need her to get to that point of her life where she don't have to talk about this, right? Like, and then she was talking about we need to bring that bitch back over. Like, it's just like it's over. It's just way too much for me when it comes to Monique. Like I say, I do like her. I just wish that she would stop with the shit, right? because it can be quite annoying. It can be quite annoying to me personally, but you guys can tell me what you think and feel. But I just really want Monique to just heal. Like I said, you're not gonna, whatever you want from Oprah and Tyler Perry, you're never getting it. Oprah is never going to acknowledge you, neither is Tyler. And once Monique can be okay with that and be fine with that, I think she'll be good. But at this present time, it's like you keep talking about it. And again, I don't know, talking about it, I don't know what that does for Monique. And for me personally, like I said, like I tweeted this past week, right? That if I were any of those people that went to go see her, I would have asked for a damn refund. I'm sorry. I would have asked for a refund because that's all you're talking about. Like, that's all you're talking about is I would have said, you know what? I would have went to the whoever and said, can I get a refund on this? Because all this woman talking about is two people who will never give her the satisfaction of saying they were wrong. And I just want, like I said, I just want for Monique to be able to be okay with that. But unfortunately, I don't think that she is. And I don't know. I don't know, you guys. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. We'll pause here and we'll move forward to the next story, you guys. All right, you guys, so the next story that I want to talk about is the situation with Shaunie and her husband, Keon, right? So I saw the video of him where he was, preaching last week, right? Now, I want to preface this by saying I don't really know much about Keon, and I'm not a big fan of Shaunie's, right? But Keon was preaching, and there was a woman somewhere. I think she was up there by him near the pulpit, if I'm not mistaken. So you guys, if you guys have never been, I went to a church, a Kojic church, Church of God in Christ, right? I went to a Kojic church. I went to a Baptist church. I've never been to a Pentecostal church, but I've been to Kojic and Baptist. And Kojic for sure is known for what Sister Girl was doing in the background, right? So you get to the point in praise and worship where you praising and you worshiping the Lord, right? And you catch the Holy Ghost and you catch the Spirit, right? And you feeling it. You feeling it. Trust me, I've done it once before. There was one night where was it Bible study? I think it was Bible study. And I caught the Holy Ghost, right? And if you don't know anything about so they'll come, they be fanning you, they try to give you water. If a woman has on the skirt, they put in the cloth, they putting the sheet over the woman so that, you don't see up, her skirt and all that kind of stuff and her dress and all that stuff. So it's pretty normal. But once, everything gets to calming down, people and the pastor gets back to, giving the word, then everybody is not in the state of, I don't want to say hysteria because it's not hysteria, but everybody's not in the heightened state of the Spirit moving them and touching them, right? So everybody's pretty much calmed down, but not in this particular setting because you had homegirl who is in the background just screaming, and Keon was basically just telling her, like, in the name of Jesus, please be quiet, right? And I actually I didn't have a problem with it. Funny story, right? It's a funny story. And I tried not to laugh because she would do it every single Sunday without any hiccups, right? It would be every Sunday. It would be every Sunday. Oh my God. It would be every Sunday. There would be 3 women at my church that would get to the point where oh my God. And it would be towards the end of service. It would be towards the end of service where they would start hooping and hollering. And it was, oh God, I shouldn't say it. It was the pastor's mama and his sister. And then there was another woman. I wonder if she's still with us. I wonder if Sister Whitehead is still with us. I don't know. because she was around my grandmother's age. Now she wasn't as bad, right? This lady that I don't know if she's still with us, because I know for a fact that the pastor's mother is my pastor's mom is deceased, and I think his sister is too. I think she passed away too a few years ago. Because I'm friends with I'm friends with her kids. I think that she passed. Did Minnie pass away? I don't know. I can't remember if Minnie is still with us or not. But the one lady, so what she would do is, and it was cute and funny what she would do, right? So, and she was our usher. So anytime she would catch the Holy Ghost, what she would do is she would run from the back of the church to the front of the church, right? And then she would run back and she would tap the ground, run back down, tap the ground. That was her thing, right? Now, my pastor's mother and sister were different beasts, especially his mother. Now, rest in peace to her, because I know for a fact that she's deceased. But baby, one time I thought her wig was gonna fall off because, baby, she was just jumping and screaming, and they had to. They at one point they told me like, go stand. I was like, I'm like, she's a little too wild for me. And I said, no, I'm scared, right? Because I really was scared, because I mean, she would just be, got to the point where she fall out. I'm like, I'm not about to go over. And mind you guys, like I said, because I knew our church ran the same every Sunday. We get there, we started up, we do the collection plate. We do the choir. I was in a choir. The choir would sing. We would sing a few selections. My pastor would get up when the pastor got up there to get the word. That was wait. I'm not going in particular order, but we come there. Collection plate go around, right? Collection plate. Then the choir we would sing. Then what else happened? Something happened in the middle. I can't remember what happened in the middle. I know there would be a one point where if you want to go up there for, the pastor to, give you a blessing, you would go up there for that. Then the choir would sing again. Then after that last selection from the choir, he would get up to preach, and we would be ready to go by that point. But like I said, his mother and his sister, baby, they put on the show. They put on the show. They absolutely put on the show. Now, I'm not saying that they didn't feel the spirit, but baby, I know that they would put on the show sometimes, right? Because, like I said, the one time his mama her wig almost fell off of her head. That's neither here nor there, but yeah. Oh, but I mean, I got where he was coming from, and I ain't feel no type of way about it. I really, truly didn't, because by that point, you are ready to do what? Go home. So then after that, we saw as Shawnee and Keon, I believe they were on Tamron Hall. If I am not mistaken, I believe they were on Tamron Hall. And, Shawnee was talking about the fact that she doesn't know if she was ever in love with Shaquille O'Neal. I'm not shocked at all. Not shocked. I think what it was with Shawnee was that was a good lifestyle for her. She had this, she had this, she had to do that, and look up, realize your husband has been cheating on you, divorce that man, and then, find Keon, who I'm assuming is the love of her life. I don't know, but hey, I ain't feel no type of way about that, because it's not really a shock that, she doesn't know if she was ever in love with Shaq. It's not a shock by no means to me. Now, we'll pause here and we'll move forward, you guys. All right, you guys. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is Jim Jones, you guys. Did you guys see that video of Jim Jones in the airport? I don't know where Jim was coming from, and I don't know where Jim was, but I know him and that man was fighting on that escalator, and I was like, oh my God, like scuffling on that escalator. And I felt so bad for the older man that was in front of Jimmy and that man, because baby, Jimmy was whopping, whop, 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 whop. beating the hell out that man. And like I said, I really, they were in the Florida airport. I really do feel bad for the older gentleman because I think they had to take him to the hospital because you could hear him in the background. He's like, ow. And like I said, I felt so bad for him. So Jim was cleared of any wrongdoing with that, bro. But I mean, you could clearly tell, especially with Jim. So the airport security came, right? And they trying to break it up. And Jim was like, I ain't done nothing. That motherfucker, basically that motherfucker hit me and I just defended myself, right? And so homeboy over here that hit him, it's so funny when you look at how they treat these people versus us, right? Because oh boy is over here, the one that was fighting with Jimmy, the one that Jimmy was beating the hell out of, right? That dude, he was resisting airport security. Mind you, ain't nobody drew no kind of firearm on him because that man is telling them fuck you and all that kind of stuff, but they ain't done nothing to him. But I was just like, wow, it's so interesting when you see the stark comparison because I'm so glad that Jimmy complied with them and listened to what they were saying because that could have went a completely different route if Jimmy didn't listen to what those people were saying. Because like I said, oh boy over here, bloody face, ain't listening to these people, and he is literally getting into it with this airport security and the airport police, and they ain't done nothing to him. They ain't even. I don't even know if they at one. I think they were trying because they were trying to put him in handcuffs. He was resisting. I was like, wow. If the shoe was on the other foot, they would have a foot all on Jimmy. They would literally have a foot all over him. But when I saw Jimmy tussling with that man, I didn't feel nothing about it. And then when the other one tried to come and hit Jim from behind, I was so glad that Jim was just boom, boom, just still working that other man. I was like, exactly. Like, now we don't know what happened, but like I said, Jim has been cleared of all charges, so I am happy for that. Because he said he was minding his business and he defended himself. And I do believe that. I mean, this is Florida we're talking about, and we are in the not the deep South, but we're in the South, right? We're in the South. So let me know what you guys thought about that. Did you guys see that video? If you did, give me your thoughts, give me your opinions, and we'll pause here and we will move forward, you guys. Somebody, you guys, that I still after this, I'm not talking about him anymore because he's a no for me. He's been a no for me for a while. Brian McKnight. So you guys remember what last week was it that I talked about Brian McKnight and the things that he said about his kids? Well, Brian McKnight has faced some backlash since that because there was a concert. He had a concert that he was doing, I believe, in Michigan or somewhere like that, and they ended up canceling that. Concert, and I was like, I'm not shocked. Nobody wants to see him. Girl, I know you fucking lying. Then they might want to take him off of this because there's a jazz and rib fest to feature headliners Brian McKnight, Musiq Soulchild, and more. And this is going to be July 19th through the 21st at the Bicentennial and West Bank Parks along. Where the hell is this at? Oh, it's a free festival in Columbus. I'm glad it's free because don't nobody want to see Brian McKnight. Like, it's if we knew the things that we know today about Brian McKnight, would we have been, would his career have been what it was? Absolutely the fuck not. Like, oh God, because he's just a despicable person at this point. So I know this week Ricky Smiley spoke out, and I think Ricky Smiley was just basically saying that, he support, the kids have his support or stuff like that. And then Tyrese motherfucking ass came out. I was like, God, the same way I kind of feel about Brian McKnight, I feel the exact same way about Tyrese. Because Tyrese, my God. If you don't, like, I really wanted to, like, here's my thing with Tyrese. Mind your business, mind your mind. Don't you got issues with your, like, don't you got family issues as well with your ex-wife and your, and, you know, other people in your life? Because, I mean, let's not forget when he was on social media crying about his, which, it ain't funny, but it's Tyrese, so I don't care. When he was crying about his daughter Shayla, it ain't funny, but that video was funny. So it says here, Tyrese wasn't happy with Ricky Smiley. Tyrese called out Ricky Smiley on Instagram. Now, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you guys when it comes to that, because I actually saw that. I actually saw it. I forgot which blog posted it. Right, I was scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. It was like five. I was like, oh, we ain't gonna sit here and listen to all of this, because when I see Tyrese on my timeline, I immediately get to scrolling past him. So it says Tyrese called out Ricky Smiley on Instagram on Monday for speaking on Brian McKnight's children and their relationship with the iconic singer. After McKnight went viral for saying one of his children was born out of evil. Actually, he said all of them kids are born out of evil. Let's just be real about that. Smiley posted a message on social media attempting to reach out in support of the kids. Tyrese says it's unfair for Smiley to weigh in on the family's specific dynamic. In a caption, Tyrese wrote, he uploaded the video chiming into the ongoing issue with Brian McKnight and his family. I'm not addressing Brian or his wife. That's not my business. I'm just responding to a comment that Ricky Smiley made. Ricky Smiley, it's gloves off. Let's have a grown conversation about these dynamics. In the video, he added, there have been specific things done over the years that are nobody's business and has contributed to where they are. Man, kids out here be saying some fucked up shit, bro. Kids out here be going above and beyond to cross you. I don't know what that man or his kids or anything about. I don't know that man or his kids or anything about anything about anything, he concluded. What I'm talking about is I feel it is unfair. It is not fair to act as if relationships between men and their children can't fall apart. Let me add a little 2 cents to that, because it says Smiley captioned his post, I want the adult children of Brian McKnight who have been disowned to know they have a lot of support out here. You are not thrown away. Despite Tyrese being unhappy with the comments, Brian McKnight Jr. responded to the post positively. I really appreciate this, man. All we can do is pray for that man now. So let me address what Tyrese said, right? True, we don't know the ins and outs of what goes on behind closed doors with Brian McKnight and his kids, right? But from what I've witnessed and from what I've saw on social media, I haven't really saw his kids goad or provoke Brian McKnight. Every time something comes out of Brian McKnight's kids, it's because of Brian McKnight. I mean, let's not forget him changing he already has Brian McKnight Jr., right? That was, for me, that's the first thing I remember is when him and his new wife had their baby. He named that baby Brian. He named that baby after him, and then he went and changed his name. So that's that. Then this latest shit with calling them products of sin and evil. Very weird. And again, like I said, we don't know what happens, right? As kids get older, I mean, sometimes, let's just be real. Let's not pretend like kids can't be disrespectful to their parents, right? They absolutely can. But we don't know anything. And what Ricky said wasn't anything to be upset about, be in your feelings about. He's just letting them know that they have love and support out there. What you want the man to say? Like, what you want him to do? Give him the middle finger and his behind the kiss? Like, Tyrese, you're weird. You're very, very weird. I'm at this point, I would just prefer for Tyrese just to sit in silence and just keep his thoughts, his opinions, keep everything to himself. Because, like I said, you have so much shit, and I mean so much shit going on in your backyard, Tyrese. You have so many issues with the women in your life, the women that you either married or chosen to have children with, or even just the girl, or even your girlfriends, right? You have so much stuff in your closet that you should sit over there, eat some humble pie, and shut up, Tyrese. Like, I swear I get sick of seeing Tyrese on my damn timeline. I promise you, for God, I get sick of seeing him. Because Tyrese is just an absolute resounding hell the fuck no. Period. Point blank. That's all I got to say. We'll pause here, you guys, and we'll move forward and we'll start to wrap up a little bit, you guys. All right, you guys, so now let's get into the beefs. The first one that I want to talk about is one that I couldn't really quite keep up with, and I'm still not understanding it a whole lot. Is JT and Sukihana. So it's this. So I'm gonna read this right. It says JT appears to be returning fire to Sukihana after her and other adversaries. To kick off the weekend on Friday, May 10th, the City Girls member dropped a surprise extended version of her latest single, Okay. On the updated track, JT delivers some scathing bars towards her opposition. It says, according to Genius, JT's raps the following in her new verse. It says, Mama said, let it go, but I ain't though, sorry. Ain't no way I'm ever laying down for you stank hoes. Let's get it. Jean Paul Gaultier and while Bucci get the angles, you bitches getting slow. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. I ain't finna read all of that. I am damn sure not finna read all of that because this is just, no, we ain't finna read that. It says, though she doesn't name names, fans are noting that the extended track seems to been aimed at Suki with the potential additional jabs at Asian Doll and Glorilla, all the rappers who JT have fought with online in the past month. Wait a minute, huh? Suki up online in the past month? Where was I at? Didn't know it. It says JT's primary target, however, appears to be Sukihana. Suki is well known as. Is she really? I'm about to. I don't know if Suki wants to. I don't know if Suki would agree with this. It says Suki is well known as an adult entertainment performer. I mean, I know she did OnlyFans for a minute, but that was during the pandemic. Suki is for me, she's most known for being on Love and Hip Hop, as well as a rapper and a reality show star on, damn, y'all forgot Love and, is she still on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta? Let me know in the comment section. Because this says Zeus, she's on Zeus's Baddies, which I know she was on Baddies last season. After JT initially released Okay, Sukihana responded with a diss track, Oh Wow, Cocaine, launching numerous attacks and making various allegations against JT. The diss track followed back and forth between the two rappers online after Sukihana posted a video on Instagram asking where the Miami rapper was calling out her or JT's infamous rival Cardi B in an original version of Okay. Girl, what? In the original verse of the song, JT raps, she ate crab legs, now her whole tooth missing, cheap ass veneers, you stay talking shit. That's the line Sukihana seems to have a problem with, replying, we all know I did break my teeth on some crab legs. I love crab legs. That's normal shit. That's normal to break your teeth on some crab legs? That is normal to break your teeth on some crab legs? Okay, I mean, I guess if you say it's normal, I didn't think it was. But girl, are you biting it? Like, cause I'm sorry, crab legs. Don't you had you had a little thing, you crack it and you pull the meat out of it. What the fuck you doing? Biting into the goddamn, okay. Is it normal for y'all to break your tooth on a crab leg? Girl, you couldn't just tweet her, DM her, ask her like, bitch, you talking about me? Breaking. I'm gonna repeat that line to you guys because it's not even that terrible of a line. She ate crab legs, now her whole tooth missing, minus the cheap. Now this is a little bit of a dig, but cheap ass veneers, you stay talking shit. Was it that deep? Was it that deep? Because it don't seem like it was that deep to me. Girl, you could have easily reached out to JT and asked her, bitch, you talking about me? Because everybody know I cracked my tooth on a crab leg. Like, all this behind a girl who cracked her tooth on a crab leg and she got some veneers. Okay, Suki. I mean, I guess. Suki, just say what it is. You had a song and you wanted to use this as promotion because that's what it's really giving. That's what it's really giving. Because I know she had some things to say about, she talked about Uzi and all that kind of stuff. Because, she alluded to that, JT looks like a man. I disagree, but hey, it is what it is. But all that behind some damn crab legs, and a bitch cracking her teeth on it. Okay. Very interesting. Very interesting. Whatever. Let's pause here, you guys, and move on to the next story. You guys, Britney Spears. Y'all, I'm just gonna say this real quickly because I don't necessarily, we championed the whole Free Britney movement a few years ago, right? And she's out of that conservatorship. I don't know if that was the best thing for Britney. I don't know if that was the best thing for Britney. I think what we should have said was, yes, free Britney from that conservatorship, but put her in the hands of somebody who will treat her right. Because Britney had a whole altercation last week in a hotel where the cops were called, which I know she had a new boyfriend. Oh, God. She got a new boyfriend. Oh, her divorce is finalized from that Sam Asghari guy. I don't know. I really don't think. Yeah, you guys. I think we were wrong. I can admit it. I can admit it. I think we were wrong, you guys, when it comes to Britney. I think Britney needed the help. I just don't think that. I don't. Here's the thing with the conservatorships, because we see how it is with Wendy Williams and even and Amanda Bynes them, right? I don't think that it's helpful to those people, but I also do feel like they still. I don't think that the conservatorships are helpful to them, but I do definitely believe that some supervision, is definitely needed to make sure that they have the right people in their lives and to make sure that people don't take advantage of them. But Britney. I'm just gonna pray for Britney. That's all I can do. That's really all I can do is pray for Britney. But yeah, you guys, that's it. And I'm gonna pause here and we're gonna wrap up with the last story that I want to talk about, you guys. All right, you guys. So, baby,
I see dead people.
this shit right here.
Aye, mustard on the beat, ho, Debo, any rap nigga, he a free throw, man down, call like Amber Lambs, tell him breathe, bro, nail a nigga to the cross, he walk around like Tizo. What's up with these jabroni ass niggas trying to see Compton? The industry can hate me, fuck them all and they mama. How many options you really got? I mean, it's too many options. I'm finna pass on this.
Bitch, I've been jamming Not Like Us. And shout out to Kendrick Lamar, you guys, because he removed the copyrights from his song so that people can react to him and make money off of it. So I appreciate Kendrick for that. But this song, Not Like Us, nigga been jamming it, you guys. Been jamming this song. Drake. I told you last week to give up after Euphoria, right? And you didn't give up after Euphoria. You decided to put out a song. Kendrick, I was like, Drake, he bodied you in like Euphoria, he bodied the shit out of you. Then you get Not Like Us. He really bodied the fuck out of you, Drake. Sir, leave him alone. Let it go. Sit it down. I know Drake stands. I actually know somebody who loves Drake, right? And yeah, Drake ain't really he ain't winning this beef. He ain't winning this one at all. You know, because now Kendrick's there's allegedly an 11-year-old daughter. You know, they talked about his mom and his daddy. Also, there was a shooting out by Drake's house, but I don't think this have anything to do with Kendrick. I think people would try to assume that it would because of the fact that, you know, Kendrick is from Compton. They want to attach gang affiliation to him. But then I also was hearing some stuff about Drake and The Weeknd. Now, I done told you guys plenty of times before, I do not see it for The Weeknd. He ain't my cup of tea, never have been, never will be. My God, today, I will never forget that my friend, like, let's go. Me and my friends went to go see The Weeknd in 2016. Bitch, I went to sleep during that concert. He was that boring to me. I will never, I mean never, ever, 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 ever in life see that man, pay to see that man again. I had fun because I was with my friends, but that concert was boring as fuck. The only good thing that came out of that concert was the contact high that I left with. That was it. Now, back to Drake. After this Drake right here, after this song right here, pack it up. Let it go. Move on like, let it go like Elsa, right? Because you lost, right? I know you thought you were doing, see, here's the thing with Drake and Kendrick, right? We don't know what is true and what is not true when it comes to what they're saying in their songs, right? But Kendrick is more catchy than Drake. And I want to preface this by saying that I do like Drake. I've been a fan of Drake since he came out, right? But his last few albums that he put out, I ain't been feeling. Like, starting with Certified Lover Boy, I have yet to listen to that album in its entirety. I think I listened to the first song on Certified Lover Boy and I said, you know what, Jesus, this song ain't for me. This album ain't for me. And I put it on pause and I never went back to it. Like, it just wasn't. Certified Lover Boy was definitely hands down an absolute resounding NO for me. But I mean, it might be for other people, but it wasn't for me. One, that album was too damn long. Two, them songs were just, yeah, nah. So then Drake put out this song, Family Matters, this week. Drake, you really could have kept that one too. I'm gonna tell you guys the last album from Drake that I listened to, Views, and that came out in 2016. Like I know Drake's earlier music, like Thank Me Later, Take Care, Nothing Was the Same, If You're Reading This, It's Too Late, and then Views. I know those albums. Certified Lover Boy, and anything after that, anything after 2016, I don't know it. Anything after 2016, I damn sure don't know that shit, right? Like, if I go, like, oh my God, like, I Thank Me Later, I know that entire album. Take Care, I know that entire album. I know Nothing Was the Same, I know that entire album. If you're reading this, this is too late. I know that entire album. What a Time to Be Alive with him in Future. I know that entire album, and I know Views, but Scorpion, Care Package, Dark Lane Demo Tape, Certified Lover Boy, Honestly Nevermind, Her Loss, and whatever this mess, any of these new albums by Drake, I don't know, not one of them. Couldn't tell you a single. Well, the only single that I know from Drake of the last few years is Kiki, Do You Love Me? Like, and that's only because that song was so goddamn annoying. That song was so freaking annoying, right? Drake, but then, like I said, so I'm getting off on a tangent, but Drake, talked about Kendrick and are they still together, him and his fiance, whatever they were, or if they still, I don't know what they are, right? He talked about the abuse. Now, Drake, one thing I will say to you, your son and Kendrick's son, nigga, ain't no, and I mean ain't no mother comparison between those two little boys. I'm not gonna say what I was thinking, but you can kind of put two and two together. You got Drake's son over here, who looks like, oh, you know what? And I'm not trying to be shady. I'm gonna keep it to myself. No, it's gonna be a little shady. He looked like Orphan Annie, you know, from the movie Annie. He kind of looks like Orphan Annie, just a little bit. He kind of looks like Orphan Annie. And then you got Kendrick's son, who he don't look nothing like. He don't look nothing like. They ain't got the same skin color. They ain't got nothing in common with each other. That's all I'm gonna say on that tip. They ain't got not a goddamn thing in common. But yeah, Drake, hang it up. Flat screen, sir, you're losing. Let it go. Like Elsa said in Frozen, just let it the hell go. But that's it, you guys. So this week we'll be back on schedule with Let's Get Into the Blogs and with They Cutting the Fool. Now I don't know what we're gonna do for They Cutting the Fool, because they ain't cutting the fool about nothing right now. Not that I've saw in the blogs. So we'll figure it out. We're gonna figure it out. But yeah, you guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. So next up is Summer House Martha's Vineyard and The Real Housewives of New Jersey live tomorrow on Monday. I think I have the live scheduled for 2 o'clock. I'm not positive, but I will see you guys in that video, right? So stay safe, you guys. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands. Be blessed. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.